Good morning, everybody. It's been a bit of a wild and stormy night, but I hope you're all okay and everything's all right where you are this morning. Just a reminder that yesterday you'll have heard on the news maybe that the four main church leaders have come out and said that they are formally advising people to wear masks when they come to worship. If you've seen our video for preparing to worship, you've already seen that we've prepared for that, so I would encourage you to do that if you're planning on coming out for our first service this Sunday at 11 o'clock. If you forget, we will have some masks there as well, so don't worry about that. And also just a reminder as well, of course, if you have the symptoms, any symptoms that seem like COVID-19, then please do not come out to church. We're really looking forward to it. We're looking forward to seeing people gathering together and worship. We want to be safe, or as safe as we can be. So we look forward to seeing you, and we are excited about it. But just also the reminder that we need to keep on being safe. We need to keep on looking out for each other. We're going to look at Psalm 100 this morning. It says just these last couple of days, instead of taking them in order, we're sort of jumping around a little bit. And Psalm 100 is very familiar, very well known. It's one actually that we're gonna attempt to sing on Sunday. But it's just a reminder again. It's a kind of grounding, this psalm, into who we are and whose we are. So let me read it to you. Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come into his presence with singing. Know that the Lord, he is God. It is he who made us. We are his. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him. Bless his name. For the Lord is good. His steadfast love endures forever, and his faithfulness to all generations. It is one of the most familiar psalms. It's a wonderful psalm. In 5 short verses, it encapsulates so much of what we understand about ourselves and about God. And the central thought of the psalm is in that central verse, the third verse, where the psalmist says, know that the Lord, he is God. It is he who made us and we are his. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. John Calvin said that the whole sum of our wisdom which truly deserves to be called wisdom, consists of 2 parts, the knowledge of God and the knowledge of ourselves. And in this psalm, in that little verse, we have those concepts brought together, the knowledge of God and the knowledge of ourselves. And the reality is that we can't actually understand ourselves and who we are without understanding God. As human beings, we were made by him and for him. And we only find our true purpose in relationship with him. We can't be truly human, truly what we were made to be, outside of relationship with him. He made us. He is our creator. We are his handiwork. We are the masterpiece that he has brought into being, just like a painting by a great artist or a novel by a great novelist. We are his creation. We are his handiwork. And so in that sense, he can look at us and say, that's mine. I did that. But we also belong to him in another sense. We rightfully belong to him. We are his. We are not independent. In that sense, we were never designed to be independent. We were made as dependent creatures on God, and it's only when we find ourselves depending on him to sustain us and to provide for us that again we find our true humanity. That's why in the psalm he compares his people to sheep who depend on the shepherd depend on the farmer to lead them to pasture, to provide for them what they need. And the reality is that the one who sustains us is the good shepherd. Jesus describes himself as that in John's Gospel, that he is the good shepherd. And he has gone to the ultimate lengths to provide for us. He has laid down his life for us, for the sheep. He has given himself to us in order to provide us not just with the material things that we need every day, shelter and food and so on, but to provide us with that relationship with God that we were always intended to have, that makes us truly human once again. He has done that for us. He has made that possible for us when we, like so many sheep, like all sheep really, have gone astray, had turned away, had gone off on our own path. He brought us back and helped us, if we've trusted in Christ, if we put our lives in his hands, helped us to recognize who God is and who we are in relation to him. And everything else follows on from that. Everything else in life follows on from getting that understanding right, getting that relationship right. And the rest of the psalm kind of follows on from that understanding. It is when we know who we are and who he is that joyful praise to him comes from our lips, as verse 1 suggests. It is when we know who we are and who he is that we gladly and willingly give ourselves to service to him. It's not a dry duty, and it's not an attempt to earn favour with him, but it's a glad willingness to give ourselves to him as he has given himself for us. There is an overflowing gratitude. Enter his gates with thanksgiving. An overflowing desire just to say thank you for all that you've done for us, as we know who we are, who we were outside of Christ, and who you've made us to be now. And we say thank you for saving me. And from there springs a clear witness that the Lord is good, that his steadfast love endures forever, his faithfulness to all generations. Look back over the last 5 months and look at verse 5. And I hope that as you do that, you're able to say, along with the psalmist, the Lord is good. His steadfast love endures forever, even through the midst of a pandemic which is ongoing. His faithfulness continues to all generations. It gives you the confidence to look forward then to the future, whatever that holds. I know that some people have got results today which are all about the future. Whatever that future holds, you have the confidence to look forward because you are his. You belong to him, and his faithfulness endures to all generations. God bless.